All right, welcome back to another message of hope, intuitive oracle, and sometimes tarot reading. And today we're going to center the message on living from the heart. So if you resonate with being someone who's living from your heart in any capacity, in any industry, or maybe that's the direction that you know that you're headed, this message is in support of you and your journey. And of course, as always, it is take what resonates, leave what does not. And my belief is that this message is simply intended to support you in trusting your intuition more. I'm going to start with a How to Love Yourself card to see what message wants to come through here. Let's see. For all those living from the heart, what is the message for them right now in this moment? In this moment. Okay, well, the few popped out. We're going to do the top one here. What do we have? It says, I am one with everyone on the planet. I am one with everyone on the planet. Every time I meditate or do a visualization for healing, I am connecting with like-minded people all over the world. So what I am initially getting is that you may be feeling like, yeah, you're living from your heart. You're doing your best to put yourself out there and really serve. And you might be feeling like, where's everybody else? Or maybe it's the opposite. And you feel like you're connecting with others, but maybe you're wondering where they are. You can't quite see them. And this is just simply confirmation. So, okay, that's our first message. And I don't know, this one's standing out to me too. I am safe and secure in my world. I choose to believe that everyone is always helpful. Therefore, wherever I go in life, people are there to help me. Is that resonating? Is that part of the journey? I just pulled a few decks. Let's see what decks speak to this aspect of someone's journey most right now. And so now I'm going to pull from the Keepers of the Light deck. And I think today's message is overall going to be a pretty short one, but, just today's video anyway. But let's see. For those who are living from the heart, I'm going to say living and serving from the heart. I've got I think those two. So we're going to do those two. What do we have? We have Mercury, open communication. And it says, get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Speak up with love and be heard. And then we have Mary Magdalene. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Oh my God. Don't let anything stop you. What the world needs now is more people living from their heart, more people speaking and teaching from their heart, more people letting their heart light shine, more people allowing themselves to be liberated from whatever is preventing them from speaking from the heart. And as I say that, this again, in any capacity, any industry, right? So maybe this is in your personal life, or maybe this is in your professional life. Maybe this is you learning to open up more. Maybe this is, releasing fear, right? Releasing fear. Get a weight off your chest. If there's something, okay, well, that to me sounds more like personal life, right? Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Whatever message it is that whatever it is that you want to say to someone, right? Speak from the heart. It is such a beautiful thing when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to open up and to speak up, to show our heart. And sure. So, okay. So maybe you're like, yeah, I have something to say, but I'm scared. I'm not sure how it's going to be received. Let me just first say this. Speaking from your heart, however it's received, is a beautiful thing, is a beautiful gift. And the first person, right? So regardless of what anybody else says or does, the first person who needs to be able to see the gift and the beauty in that has to be you, always has to be you. And secondly, whether or not the intended recipient for your message sees the beauty and receives your message with love, you sending more love out in the world through your intention of, sharing this message, that is going to create a ripple effect. And so whether or not that person is able to reciprocate with love, you will receive that love in other areas. And you're setting yourself free either way, because you chose to speak up and speak with love. You're setting yourself free. What a brave thing, right? When you choose to speak up and share your love, and this could be anything, right? This could be, sure, it could be a romantic situation. It could be, maybe it's just you speaking with love to a friend, maybe sharing some of your heart with a friend, maybe sharing some of your heart with a relative. Maybe it's not any of those. Maybe it's in a professional capacity, right? Maybe you're really passionate about something and you have a big idea, and you so wish that other people would believe in your idea. And so you're choosing to be brave and speak up with love, share your heart and your passion at work. And maybe it'll be positively received. Maybe it will not. I will tell you, I don't know, 8 years ago or so, which is amazing. 8 years ago or so, I remember sharing an idea at where I was working at the time of doing something where, other employees at this place of business could be featured on video, kind of like what I'm doing here, but in a little differently, and certainly not with cards. And but doing something where we could showcase more faces and more voices, right? And show up on camera to those that we served. And I remember someone who was in a position of a certain power within that company, that industry, and they said to me, "Nobody wants to see a talking head." Okay, now I get that, right? We want to see movement. We want to see people, in person. Right? There's so much more value and when we get to interact with people in person. But hello, how many talking heads do you see today? And the value that comes through whatever it is they're delivering, right? And now there may not be the same degree of value received in everybody who's showing up on camera, and this is not knocking anybody, right? So each person's going to serve a different audience and blah blah blah. But do we absolutely receive value from those we see on camera, those you see on YouTube, right? Or those you might see on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, whatever other social media? And maybe you're just seeing your head, but you are receiving their message, right? Not everyone is going to see your value in the moment of when you show up with your heart and you present your idea, your passion. Do not give up on yourself. Get that weight off your chest. Just begin. Start. Speak up with love. Allow yourself to be heard. They say that it takes, and I don't know if this number has changed over time, since I last heard it, but they say that it takes like at least 7 attempts in connecting with someone or getting your message heard or whatever. Again, this is not my core message, but they say it takes like 7 attempts of you saying the same thing before someone will finally connect with your message. So if you think about it and you just do it once and then you just stop, right? Or maybe you don't even do it once, right? And you're already, nope, not going to do it, right? Big rewards yield big risks. No, big risks yield big rewards. I'm not encouraging you to do anything that is, you are responsible for your actions, but I do absolutely want to encourage you to find a way for you to step outside your comfort zone. Choose to believe that you are safe. Tap into that, maybe, put some buffers around you to support you as you're doing your big thing, whatever, right? Maybe you're choosing to, like I just said, at work, maybe it's a work thing, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to share my big idea tomorrow. And so maybe, tell your best friend, someone who supports you, or tell your mom, I don't care. Tell your spouse, tell your pet. Okay. Hey buddy, I'm about to do this thing. I would love your love and support, please just, can I count on you? Right? I'm going to call you right after. Or, hey, can we like plan to talk right after, right? Like put something in place so that, after you do that big scary thing, you've got this other thing that you can connect back with, right? Someone that's going to help, like it's that we get that nourishment. We fill up each other's cups, right? Someone who supports you in that. It's kind of like an incentive or a reward, right? For doing that scary thing. If that's how it feels to you, you have something important to share. You have to know the value in what it is that you want to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Oh my gosh, so freaking powerful. Oh, I love this. And maybe you work in the medical profession. Interesting, because that symbol, right? I actually don't know what that symbol is called, but I know that tends to be, it has, I'm pretty sure. No, please, if you know better, feel free to correct me and inform me down below. I'll have to research this. But I believe that symbol right in front of him is connected with the medical industry and medical profession. I tend to work with a lot of people who are in some sort of healthcare profession, whether it be firsthand being a healthcare professional, or maybe you're in the administrative side of things. If you are someone who is looking to reclaim your authentic self-confidence and being able to show up, speak your voice, your truth, feel aligned and centered in who you are, and maybe you also recognize that you're on a healing journey, you might be on a spiritual journey, and maybe you're starting to feel like you're walking in, this world and that world, and you're just finding it challenging to feel your most confident and aligned and moving forward, reach out to me, KimO'NeillCoaching.com. Okay. I can help you with that for sure. For those that don't know, I used to be a registered dental assistant. I used to work in HR. I used to be a crime analyst at a police department. And now here I am, right? Doing cards on YouTube. And I love it. I love it. And I coach and all that kind of stuff. So anything is possible. That is my point. You get to be you. You get to move forward. And the world benefits as you do. So #own it. Oh, I'm having a great day. And I love doing this. Okay, let's pull from the Prism Oracle deck and see what wants to come up to you in service to you. I don't even know what I said at the beginning of this. What are we, serving with our heart, letting your heart light shine. Ooh. Stop. Okay, 3 cards came out here. Let's see. We have stop, peace, energy. Ooh, let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting. Okay, so I'm getting this in two ways. By not speaking up and speaking your truth, you are stopping the energy flow, which would contribute to greater peace within you and the world. And at the same time, we can reopen back up to that energy flow when we stop, stop the self-talk, right? Stop the fear, get quiet and go within. Meditate, connect back to source, do some, journaling, to get some, get the thoughts and emotions outside of you. Do some inspirational reading as well. And if you're not familiar, I have actually several videos here on YouTube where I read excerpts from inspirational books. So if you're like, I don't have any inspirational books, I don't have money to go buy any, just go I've got some I think it's the inspirational reading playlist, something like that. And, scroll through, find one that sounds interesting and listen to those. Fill yourself back up with stuff other than the thoughts that are stopping you from sharing your heart, from living from your heart. I think that's what I called it. Okay. This feels so good. And I think we'll go ahead and close out with a guardian angel card. So let's see. What do the angels want to say right now? Let me resituate for a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, what do the angels want to say? What does, you could say, what does your guardian angel want to say? Just take a deep breath. Be open to receive. Okay, let's see. What message? Okay, I think it's this one. Ooh. Okay, well, 2 technically popped out. Is it both? Maybe. Okay, so we have guilt and trust. So I'll read them both. Guilt, we have, you do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. Okay, I see how it's connecting. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do. From your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you. Every experience is here in life to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. When you get to that higher perspective, right, where we look at your life situation through the eyes of God, through the eyes of a higher perspective, if we're all here learning, and we're all learning through all the challenges, through all the painful situations, the frustrations, the things that we do wrong, right? When you allow your awareness to expand beyond what's happening in this physical experience, that's when you can start to see, okay, I can get to that space of love when I allow myself to grow through it and not stay stuck in the experience of guilt. Now, as I say all this, it may be a process, right? But it's worth it, because staying in guilt does not serve you. It doesn't. And it doesn't serve others either. So if you're trying to live from your heart, this does not serve you. So if there's something that you need to forgive yourself for, that's where the work is. Allowing in that love, connecting, just like I said earlier, connecting with Source. Source loves you regardless of what you've done. Right? So just allow that in. God, Source, universe, your angels, your higher self, your soul's perspective knows how worthy you are of love. And of going from whatever you did that elicited this to being that person who remembers you are one with everyone on the planet. You are loved and just as worthy. Where is it? It's this card right here. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. You are already approved of. You are already worthy because of God. And, whatever it is that you've done, it's your job first to love and forgive yourself. Take a deep breath in. If you want to move beyond this, and if this is resonating for you, you're going to have to allow yourself to expand into a new awareness of who you are as a person, of who you are as a soul. And whoever you've been in the past does not have to be who you are moving forward. Every day is a new day. Wherever you were before does not have to be where you are tomorrow. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which says trust. It says, you are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective. Fascinating how these go together, isn't it? You are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. So you might be like listening to this today and maybe there's like so much heaviness coming up, or maybe you came to this reading with so much heaviness. It's okay. Whatever has happened up to this moment in time, you have the power to choose something new. So when I think about, forgiving the unforgivable and that kind of thing, one of the scenarios that always comes to mind for me is when I think about those women who have, had, now I have to be mindful of YouTube and their restrictions. So I'm going to use some words that maybe or maybe you're not familiar with hearing on YouTube, but I know you'll get the gist. So I think of those women who have had their children unalived, and they find it within themselves to forgive the person responsible for unaliving their children. Ooh, that is deep, isn't it? That just, right? And that's like the unforgivable, right? Like that's what our human self would lean towards that, right? And as I say this, I don't believe anybody you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, right? If you don't ever want to get to that space of forgiving, you don't have to. And yet, if you're seeking greater freedom, you're seeking to receive more love in your life, you're simply seeking to feel better, then in some capacity, that's the direction where that is going to come through, right? So choosing to forgive someone else of something does not require you to have to become friends with them. Doesn't require you to have to ever connect with that person again, speak to them, whatever. But that would be the direction to move in, right? And same thing, if you are the person who did something and you feel like you require forgiveness, it's going to be moving in that direction of, well, even allowing yourself to be forgiven, right? Which is going to come from you and connecting with God. Allowing yourself to just receive so much of that love, receive, right? Because whatever it is you did in the first place that you think, this message is going so much deeper than I was expecting. Whatever it is that you did in the first place that may have, that I'm going to guess led you to do the thing that's contributing to guilt, means that you were coming from a space that was not filled with very much love to begin with. Right? So now is the time. Now is the time then, right? You didn't allow the love in before, allow it in now and just be filled up with it. So, I'm sharing with you my ideas, right? Meditate, journal, speak to God, connect with inspirational readings, whether it be through an actual book or from a video online or whatever else comes to mind for you. To lead from your heart means that you are first allowing yourself to be filled up. Allow your heart to receive for you. Because how can you give to others from your heart if you are not filling up your own heart first and foremost? That is the depths of the message, isn't it? To be able to lead from your heart, to give from your heart. First and foremost, you've got to be willing to give to yourself. Oh my freaking goodness. This was so deep. And so, of course, I got to point out the chakras. Look at the synchronicity. We have red and blue here. We have red and blue here. And of course, both of these blues are actually like a turquoise-ish color, which I love. So we've got root chakra and we've got throat chakra. So, as you're receiving the love, opening up your heart, so that you can get to that place where you're leading with love and in all capacities. Visualize. And I think one of these said visualize, right? Didn't it? I think it did. I think this one. Nope, it didn't. Maybe was it this one? This one. Here we go. The one that says, I am one with everyone on the planet. Every time I meditate or do a visualization for healing, I am connecting with like-minded people all over the world. Okay. Anyway, visualize. You can visualize yourself receiving the love and see it connecting down through all your energy centers, but especially, I'm going to say through your heart or your throat, and then your root chakra, the base of your spine. and all of them. Anyway, and if you'd like help with that, because, when you're in a space where you have not been doing that, these kinds of things, as simple as they sound, can also sound really complex. Or we could just simply say, Kim, it's not that simple. I get what you mean. And yet it is that simple, but you might require some assistance at this point. And so please reach out to me. I also do custom guided meditation sessions that are very therapeutic, feel really good. Also kind of like mini coaching sessions, even though they're not coaching sessions. And they're recorded. You get to have the recording and re-listen to it. And it's beautiful. It's all about where you are in the moment. So this was absolutely wonderful. And I just want to say, if you are resonating with this, and of course, if you've gotten this far in the video, then I'm certain that you are resonating with it on some capacity, or you're receiving something, right? You're receiving something. I want to first recognize and commend you for allowing yourself to receive. And yeah, something I was just hearing yesterday is coming to mind here. You may be someone who's like, I'm wanting to lead with my heart and give to the world and fulfill a big purpose in this world, because you are somebody, and absolutely you have a big purpose, and that's going to be unique to you. So I don't know what your purpose is, right? And you may not know what your purpose is, but you might be feeling that, right? So continue to follow that. And the work is always where you are right now. So if right now, the big thing that's kind of getting in the way is this sense of guilt, this is how you lead with love in this present moment, is through learning to allow yourself to trust and receive love. Move beyond the human experience into more of the spiritual experience, connecting with source and all of those things, being able to see things from a higher perspective. The work you do on yourself absolutely serves the world. That's where it starts. And the more you do that, then the more things open up and soften and get easier and get better. And then it's like, and then it's just more like maintenance, right? Maintenance as you move through your life journey, and new things show up, and but you now know how to go within and do all that. And because you've cleared out the things that were weighing you down, weighing heavy on your heart, you're able to lead with love in a bigger, bolder capacity that more and more and more and more and more people get to receive and benefit from, because we're all connected. And we're all here growing and learning through our experiences. So, okay, I could go on and on. So I'm going to stop now. Have an amazing day. Let me know what you're taking away from today's message. And, you are supported. You are supported. You are loved. Yeah, Mary Magdalene. Doesn't matter who you are, where you've been, what you've been through. Allow what you've been through to support you in being part of the journey that takes you forward. And so that doesn't mean you take the pain forward. It means you take the lessons forward. You heal from the pain and you take the lessons and the wisdom forward. And that's how you help the world become that teacher. Okay, have an amazing day. I'll see you again very, very soon.